for a couple of years, this break my heart to tell you this, and you're not growing spiritually, find a new church. Like, I hate saying that because I like you as a person, and I want you here, and it's funner with more people. But if you're not getting stuff out of coming here, why are you coming here? If we're not fatherly to you, go find a father. If we're not mentoring to you, if we're not enough for you, if your life was in trouble and you couldn't trust the leaders here, you're in the wrong place. I'm not in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. And I don't want to be mean to you. Let's just make it peaceable. Good try, good try. See you again? Maybe. You should find a place where you're going to grow. It's wise, isn't it, to say, Lord, if I don't want to be accountable here, but you ought to be accountable, go find somewhere where you can be accountable. Where much is given, much is required. That's the level of authority. In James chapter 1, he says, you rich people, you're going to weep your eyes out. When you go to heaven, you're going to look back and say, I should have helped them. I could have done more. I squandered that riches. I had more accountability. You know what gets me? It gets me all the rich people that are still practicing. You get a lawyer, they're practicing law. You got to pay out the ears. You still went to jail. You're still paying for the lawyer. Because why? Because he's practicing law. You go to the doctor, they get paid a fortune. For what? Get you medicine? You still might die. But don't worry, you'll still get the bill. Why? Because they're practicing medicine. I wish I could just practice stuff. You know, the book of James chapter 3 says, don't have many preachers, don't have many teachers, because you will get double judgment. You'll be responsible for how the people behave. You'll be responsible for what you said in my name. Don't you dare use it in vain. And that's why there's got to be a balance. You got to buy in, and we got to be responsible. We got to be good leaders that preach the word and love you as though we're loving the Lord. You know, you don't have to get married. Ladies, if you're single, you don't have to get married. You can do whatever you want with your life right now. But if you get married, you better marry a worthy husband. Because it says, wives, submit to your husbands. Order yourself, arrange your life with your husband. He's the leader, and you're arranging yourself together. Husbands, you got to be worthy too. You got to submit to that role of leadership. You got to provide. You got to protect. You got to be there. You got a hard role too. In 1 Corinthians, Paul says, I wish everybody was like me. I wish everybody was single and could just serve the Lord with an abandon. Because once you get married, there's an obligation you have to somebody else. I can't just hop on a plane and go to Africa or go to Asia and preach the gospel and live really low wage. I can't do that. I have responsibilities. I made a covenant with my wife. I got children to raise. I'm not as free in some ways as other people are. You don't have to join the military. But if you do, you better submit to that command. You don't